fact, I was a lumber loader at Lowe's. That was actually my first job, and then I pumped septic tanks. So I was a lumber loader at Lowe's, and I got fired because I was dropping a pallet of like concrete bags, and I dropped it too fast because I was just trying to, me and my buddy were doing like this race and how quickly we could do it. Anyways, long story short, I jacked up this guy's truck, ended up getting into septic tanks, and so that's what I was doing. So if I asked myself, what does an expert look like as a lumber loader or at pumping septic tanks? It doesn't mean a lot more money. Now, maybe I can be a lot more, I have more finesse with dropping off the concrete bags. Maybe with the septic company, I can identify where the tank is that much quicker. Maybe I get one more job done a day and that makes me an extra $100, but it's not that much more money in this business. And I just want you guys to kind of hold on to this thought when you get smoked and you get smacked in the face, because you're gonna have a day, a week where you just get smoked, where you're like, dude, it just seems like nothing else could go wrong, right? Maybe you've got full day of appointments, or you've got 6 presentations, they all don't go right. You get 4 of the clients that you wrote last week that were all celebrating this week. Hey, great job, Alex. And by the way, I'm not forecasting a negative prophecy, but all of a sudden it's like what was celebrated last week all falls off the books. And now you feel like a fraud. You're like, dude, I wrote, I had a big day last week, I wrote 4,000. This week I got 9, presentations that went nowhere. Those 4,000 fell off the books, and my CPL went up 3 times. Like, and my new agent that I thought was going to be a killer just texted me and said he got a job at Lowe's. Whatever it is, like it's a bad day. When that happens, I want you to remember that if you just put in enough hours, you're going to be an expert. And an expert in this business, I've not seen any experts, anybody that's put 10,000 hours of practice, that from a sales standpoint, they're not making 500 grand plus in income. And from a building standpoint, they're not making 7 figures plus in income. I have not yet to see it. And so it doesn't mean you have to be, it doesn't say the talented ones, the ones with a good genetic makeup, the ones with great experience, the ones that had a good resume, the ones that did sales before, the one that were gifted with the gift of gab and charismatic and had good sales and persuasion. It doesn't say none of that. It just says if you become an expert. And the expert has everything to do with what you can control, which is your attitude and your activity. And so that's the most important thing as you get going in this business, is realizing that you're going to have certain days, certain weeks. The reality is, so what? Who cares? It's all good. I mean, that if you're going to make a decision to become an expert in this business, all the other stuff doesn't matter. Now it changes the interpretation. Now when you get smoked, you're like, all right, good. I'm glad this happened, because there's going to be a lesson that I can pull from this that's going to just help me get to the expert level. So now it's like, what is this teaching me? What can I extract? How is this going to set me up, right? So now everything about each day, it starts to become good. And the beautiful thing about that is now the journey becomes enjoyable, not just when it's going good, but when it's going bad. And see, for competitors, and like, dude, I'm very competitive. I mean, I don't care if I got 5 kids, man. If we're playing rock, paper, scissors, like, I don't care if their self-image and identity is getting beat up. Like, they're going to learn how to win. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't letting them win nothing. Um, that leads to, when you have a bad day and results don't look good, what that leads to is sometimes like feeling like, man, this sucks. This is terrible, because you're a competitor and you feel like you're losing. And so to me, it's like, once you kind of have the ultimate goal, like my goal is just to become an expert. And then it's like everything that I deal with is just going to serve a purpose to get there. Then it keeps me in this state of, like, I guess, positive anticipation and expectation that it all is working together for good to get me to the right place, right?